This video, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you about one of the just current discussions we're having about scheduling for next year as we continue to analyze whether our kids are at North or at Central next year. We're concerned about the loss of instruction time that may encounter with that as some kids move from building to building. And so one of the things we've thought about is going back to a block schedule. And so I'll show you a spreadsheet here where I've kind of outlined what we're on now and maybe what that looks like. So if we look at the top of this spreadsheet I included, it kind of would outline what a 7-period day looks like, which is what we have right now. So I just made up a scenario for probably like a sophomore, junior, that let's say this student takes band first hour for 53 minutes. We typically have a 4-minute passing period and then takes chemistry. Well, let's look at the chemistry out to Algebra 2, second to third hour. Let's say that we're at Central next year with the high school and their first science is at Grant Junior High. This student's in chemistry at Grant Junior High, and we have a 4-minute passing period for them to get to the high school for their Algebra 2 class. Well, the reality of that is we're probably not going to be able to get them there in 4 minutes. And so whether we have to cut them out 2 minutes early from chemistry and they maybe arrive a minute or two late, one way or the other, we're going to have some minutes lost there. Probably not a lot, but a little bit. And so was there a way to avoid that? Was something else to do? So that led us back to block scheduling, because you could see over a period of a year, it's just 1 or 2 minutes a day, but over a period of a year, that adds up on the loss of instruction time. So if we look at the bottom, is typically what a block schedule will look like. Now, most of the time in a block schedule, they're 90-minute classes. But again, for next year, we had to lengthen our day to shorten our year. And so they're going to be 102-minute classes. But essentially what that is doing, instead of having 7 periods one day, APs is kind of our study hall where kids can go get help, club time, etc. So really we have 8 periods in a day. It's taking half of those on one day, half of those on the other for 102 minutes instead of the 53-minute schedule. So again, on the bottom, that may look like on Monday, I take my first hour band class, my third hour Algebra 2 class, I have lunch, then I take my 5th hour world history class and my 7th hour computer class. So that we may call that the odd day, or this might be the gold day. And then on the next day, I may take the gray schedule, or it'd be the even hours. So I'd have 2nd hour chemistry, 4th hour would be choir, and then or AP would be before lunch, then 4th hour would be choir, sorry about that, and then 6th hour would be English too. So I take my other classes that I have the next day for an extended learning time. And then that just continues to rotate through the calendar. So sometimes I'd have band Algebra 2, World History, Computers, the gold schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The next week I'd have them Tuesday, Thursday. So it's kind of an every other day thing. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. We don't need to really talk about that here, but it's something we're considering, mainly to kind of cut the transition times in half. I mean, we'd have a high school kid that really would just have to transition one time in the morning. Many of our high school kids leave for lunch and come back, so that may not even be considered a transition time, and really once in the afternoon. So we have one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and you can see by the schedule, typically what you do on a block schedule is give kids more of a passing period break, because they've been in that room a long time. So we'd have a 10-minute passing period, and that would take care of a loss of instruction time from kids moving from one class to another if they're moving from building to building. So again, this isn't something that's been finalized, but it's a conversation we're having. And if we go to that, I think we're going to try to do maybe something different for 7th and 8th, but high school, I think this is something we'll strongly consider in helping with this transitioning from building to building. Thank you.